question of the day, please go ahead and answer this in the comments below. Have you ever indulged in adding crystals to a water bath before? I'm curious to find out. Okay, so let's get into the content. Now, recently I realized that my third chakra, my solar plexus chakra, really needed to be recalibrated. I discussed the details around that in my latest newsletter that should be dropping into your inbox like right now. And it's underactive at the moment, which is really kind of disconcerting for me and out of sorts for me, because usually my solar plexus is right on point. So something I definitely need to pay attention to is some energetic hygiene with my solar plexus. So one of the things I can do, it's not the only thing, is a crystal therapy bath. So I was getting ready to do this solar plexus crystal bath, and I just had a thought, this is a great topic to share about and explain why a crystal bath is highly effective and an immediate energetic hygiene fix. And wouldn't you know it, Angie, our curriculum specialist in my course, actually mentioned that we refer people to an old crystal bath video that I had forgotten all about. And she was like, hey, this might be one you want to update because it's kind of old. So I thought I would do it in this format, a different way. And you know, it's like these signs, right? You need to talk about this. So figured it's a good thing to talk about. So a water soak with your chosen crystals or stones is an excellent way to work with them as allies, while also creating your own relaxing spa experience. Who's going to say no to that, right? So, of course, I always like to talk about the science, right? Now, let me explain why I feel that putting stones or crystals in the tub with water can be so powerful. So it's an easy way, an efficient way to infuse your electromagnetic field with the vibrational frequency of the crystals to help balance chakras or maybe influence certain energies to help you manifest a particular intention or certain things, whatever it might be. See, all matter emits electromagnetic frequencies, as do crystals, of course, as do people, of course, and those frequencies travel, right? Just as electricity does, just as any kind of energy can travel, right? As a wave, as an electromagnetic wave. So electricity travels in the form of electrons. So we have something that's a good electrical conductor that can allow that energy to travel more efficiently. So what are the good electrical conductors I'm talking about? Me, as a person, you, all living things are really good electrical conductors. So let me just take you on a little geeky side trek over here for a second, just for a second, not too long. So all living things are really good electrical conductors. And an electrical conductor is anything that allows electrons to flow with less resistance, right? When they talk about the resistance in an electrical wire, this is what they're talking about, allowing those electrons to flow with less resistance. This is why you don't want to be out in the middle of a lightning storm, because you're a really good electrical conductor. All right, any living thing is. Trees, they're living, right? Metals are also good electrical conductors, and some metals are better conductors than others. Gold, silver are really good electrical conductors, but we don't use them in the wiring of our home because obviously they're really expensive. So copper is a great alternative. Copper is another good metal for this. And then another good electrical conductor is water. All right, hence why you don't want to be in the swimming pool when there's a lightning storm. Two good electrical conductors, lightning, no bueno, right? So water is an excellent electrical conductor. The opposite of a good conductor would be a poor energy conductor known as an insulator. And insulators are things like glass, rubber, plastic, air, wood. And now wood trips people up because they're like, hey, wait a minute, wood comes from a tree. You said tree was a good conductor. A living tree is an excellent conductor. Wood is no longer living. It's not a living thing any longer, and it becomes an insulator, so a poor energy conductor. So we've got water. Okay, I'm not sitting in a tub for this. It was kind of like I couldn't figure out how that would happen for a live stream. But we got water, we've got me, two effective energy conductors, right? Plus water is highly programmable. We'll get to that in a little bit. So crystals and stones emit their own individual resonant frequencies, right? They're base resonant frequencies. They have their own vibrational frequencies. Now with water being a good energy conductor, those frequencies are going to travel with less resistance and come in contact with me being another good energy conductor. So the less resistance, the easier it is for the energy to flow. Therefore, that results in a more efficient amplification of the vibrational frequencies. So we were talking about less resistance and good electrical conductors. So with less resistance, the easier it is for my auric field, my electromagnetic field, to be influenced by the frequencies of the stones that I might have in the water. Say this black tourmaline, right? In some ways, doing a crystal bath or crystal bath therapy is more effective than a simple crystal meditation sitting on the cushion, because you're surrounded by water, this added powerful conductor. So that's why it's like an immediate energetic hygiene tune-up, all right? So just like Mother Earth that we're all walking around on, sitting on right now, we're made up of about 70% water, okay? So we're also made up of this really good electrical conductor. Maybe that's why we're such a good electrical conductor. So if you might have heard of Dr. Masaru Emoto and his research. Dr. Emoto's research with water molecules has shown us that water is highly programmable. Through his experiments, he was actually able to show us that our thoughts and intentions have an effect on the molecular structure of water. When our intentions are positively directed towards the water molecules are actually physically altered in a good way, in a positive way, all right? Dr. Emoto actually realized and noted that these positive changes can be achieved through several different things like prayers, good intentions, certain types of music, or even by attaching labels to the container of the water. All right, an institute, an actual governing, or not governing body, I should say, but a research institute known as the Institute of Heart Math has also confirmed these findings with the waters being programmed with prayers and healing intent from holy places, you know, where people would go to holy places where there happens to be water, and that the water would get impregnated with good intentions and programmed with the healing intent. And in these other places where people have repeatedly gone and impregnated those areas with kind of like a psychometry of energy in different places around the world. So this research has actually shown us that water is an easily influenced energy transformer and an ideal delivery system. And maybe that has to do with it being a really good energy conductor. Okay, so this really gets me thinking, you know, this type of research and finding these things out and doing the work and getting in there and actually doing these things. The reason we're so beneficially affected by good intentions, by kindness, compassion, by meditation, is it due to the fact that we're mostly made up of water, that highly programmable material, that great, excellent energy conductor, okay? And so it stands to reason that bringing crystals into this mix, they're going to be even that much more effective by adding the element of water, by submerging ourselves into a tub of water. So just to sum up, water and living things are these excellent conductors of energy, right? And both are so easily programmable. It seems really logical to me that combining the three, crystals, water, the living being, will result in the vibrational frequencies of the crystals and stones conducting energy with less resistance. So more easily influencing us, right? So entraining us with the kind of energy that we're looking to entrain with in a beneficial way.